out for a daily walk, do me a daily video, which I normally do. But today we're going to talk about how to beat people or entities which keeps spiritually attacking you, right? Now, this is in response to a video that a young lady had posted. And she was saying that she had evidence and took the people to court and actually got a guilty verdict. Like, for real. So these people actually admitted to attacking this woman spiritually with black magic and voodoo and all types of crazy stuff in her life. Like, wow. So, and she's a pretty spiritual lady herself. She's Bible based. She strictly believes in the Bible and different things like that, of that nature and everything. So it's funny though, because she's a strong believer and she's still going through what she's going through. And I believe that she's going through what she's going through because she still haven't detached herself from the situation completely. It's still on her mind. It's still consuming her. And now she got proof of everything that she was saying, how people were saying that she was crazy and all of this. She got proof now. And that'll make you feel some type of way. If you know for a fact that you're being righteous and you're doing what's right, and you pretty much kept yourself in the right, kept yourself doing what's good. But in this case, Shorty seems to be dealing with a chronic illness. Excuse me. Somebody who has a chronic illness. This is what we call a chronic illness. These people have demonic attachments for real, to the point to where they just can't stop attacking you. Like they can't go on about their business and their lives. Like you're not doing anything wrong to these people and they attacking you daily. Oh my goodness. Man. I got the hiccups. Man. Let me go check this out. Man, that's what we call a demonic attachment. And that person probably has all type of spiritual ties. God damn, let's see what's up in here. Man, this mug is messed up. I need to wash my stuff. That person probably has all types of spiritual ties. My goodness. Man, this house ain't no good. That person probably has all types of spiritual ties, spiritual attachments. Let me get out of here. And everything else. And here I am being Dora the Explorer. But that's a no good person. Like, for real. That person is no good. And that person's soul has already been damned. There's no saving that type of person. You feel me? So, like Shorty going through what she going through because Ann is a family member. Sometimes curses are placed upon the family because of what some member in the family did. And then here comes one person breaking those curses. So that demonic entity, that curse, which is attached to that family, it doesn't want to get away from that family. It wants to stick on it. It wants to stick to the bloodlines. So that means that something is precious on that bloodline. You feel me? That bloodline is precious. That bloodline could be royal. That bloodline could be noble. It's something about that bloodline where that demonic entity or that curse don't want to leave. And then you have, I deal with it later. And then you have one person who's just amazing in the bloodline, in their own way, in their own captive, you know. They're captivating, and they just know from a young age. These people know, oh, this person is going to be something. And if they get onto the spiritual path, oh, they're going to break the curses that we're keeping up. See, sometimes when you don't have to do anything to people, bro or sis. Your spirit, the stronger your spirit get, the stronger your light get, the more it's going to irritate these people. And the more you're going to have to deal with the notion that this person don't like you for whatever reason. Could be for whatever reason. This is a demonic catastrophe. Because if somebody keep attacking you for years and years and years, and even if they see it's not working, and their own life go to hell, they gonna blame you for everything wrong that's going on in that family. And that's just the God's honest truth. And dealing with people like this, you really can fast, you really can pray, but you really gonna have to call on the higher power too. Because people like this don't stop until they're dead. Case closed. Jail ain't gonna stop them. None of that ain't gonna stop them. They may stop doing it, but they ain't gonna stop paying other people to do it. So when it gets to this point, that means that you're close to a breakthrough. That means that you're close to getting rid of whatever spirit or whatever demon they're trying to attach to you. You understand? That's what this means. And you gotta be able to recognize the point in the battle. See, a lot of people, they spiritual, and a lot of Christians, especially Israelites, we don't have this problem because we don't mind warring. We don't mind calling those scriptures of war. Christians, they've been taught to turn the other cheek. You don't turn your other cheek with an entity. You can't turn your other cheek with a demonic spirit. You can turn your other cheek with the person, but you can't turn your other cheek with the spirit that's in the person. And this is where a lot of people get the scriptures of war mixed up. No. You have to pick up your battle sword. Yah have given you a sword. Even Christ himself said, if no man has a sword, let him sell his garments and buy one. That's the truth. And in her case, she keep making videos about it and everything. We can tell that it's on her mind. We can tell that she's a good person. She's not a bad person. That's obvious, you know. We can tell that she's not a bad person. We can tell that she's trying her best to live as righteous as she can. And this why back in the days when Christians were making a pilgrimage, they always had a knight accompany them, or taking the walk with them, because they needed protection. You understand? A warrior, mercenary, somebody, even merchants back in the day, there was righteous warriors. Even in the spirit, you have to learn how to call on the war angels. That's Michael department. There are angels that will war in the spirit. She ain't calling down her angels. She ain't calling down those spirits that's meant to protect her. You know? And a lot of people are under spiritual attack, and they don't know how to call down. You can fast, you can pray all you want, but if you don't call down the right spirits, and if you don't get your mindset right, they're going to tear your tail up every time. It's just that simple. They're going to tear your tail up every time. You're going to get sick. You're going to go through this. You're going to go through that. You're going to go through this. You're gonna deal with this, you're gonna deal with that. It's just, why take yourself through all that pain and strife and everything else when the righteous have weapons too? I think that a lot of people want to take this spiritual walk without fully understanding the implications of that which it comes with. Bro, when you the one in your family that's truly walking with Yah, that's truly walking with Abba, the scriptures tells us you will be persecuted for my name's sake. Now, this scripture, this verse, get misinterpreted because you thinking that it's fleshy. Our creator ain't a man. Our creator is a spirit, the ultimate spirit. And he actually ain't a spirit either. He created spirit. But that's another topic. But you actually will be persecuted in the spirit first. That's where the spiritual attacks come from. See, they like to attack you in the spirit first. Why? Because life started in the spirit first. God did not create the material realm until after the fall of Adam. This is the secret of one of the scriptures in Genesis. So we know that the spiritual is more important than the physical. You understand? We know that the spiritual is more important than the physical. And on top of that, when you're breaking what they call generational curses, you're actually breaking off witchcraft, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, voodoo. You're actually breaking all these things off of your bloodline. And if you breaking a generational curse that's been on your bloodline for 200-300 years, you think that jinn, demon did whatever it is, you think they want to let you go? If any of your people try sacrificing you or giving you over to these spirits and these demons and everything else, and you're resisting, because if you don't give yourself over, it still don't apply and it still don't matter to your life. You understand? You have to give consent to this shit. The devil don't have no control over you until you consent to it. In some way, some form, that's why they get after the children. Because the children haven't developed to the point to where they have enough discernment to discern between this or that. This is why people use children, or they abuse the children. They put the children under trauma and all this type of stuff. This is why they don't want you healing. Oh, they hate when you heal. Trust me. They hate when you heal. Like, for real. Demons, devils, people like that, man, they hate healers. Healers ain't just one. Healers is different from a doctor. A doctor is somebody who's trained. A healer is somebody who's born. That's the key difference between the two. You feel me? That's the key difference between the two. One is born and one is made. And nowadays, modern doctors, they really chemists, because all they prescribe are chemicals. All the medicine is based on chemicals. It's chemical-based medicine. It's not a herbal-based medicine. You know, so yeah. So shorty, if she see this video, she may not. I'm gonna comment on her status. If you see this video, I want you to understand something. I really want you to understand something. You got to stop running from the battle. You got to stop running from the battle, baby. Because if the more you run from the battle, the more they're going to feel drawn to keep attacking you. And you don't have to use black magic. You don't have to scoop to their level. You don't have to use hoodoo, voodoo, witchcraft, root work. You don't have to do none of that. We got our own weapons of war. And sometimes Yah, the universal creator, will allow this to go on to teach you a lesson on how to defend yourself. There's so many war scriptures, so many scriptures about war in the Bible, to where when people ignore that side of spiritual war, they get attacked. And then you got a light. You are a light. You hear me? You are now a light. You are a source. You have broken free. You are self-sufficient. You don't need that. You are a light. You understand? So, the first thing that you should do, fast and pray. That cleans your temple. It leaves nothing for the enemy to attach to, and it cleans you up enough to where you can heal and motivate yourself a little bit more. The third thing that you need is the ability to use the word as a weapon against spirits, because that's what you in. And the fourth thing that you need is how to invoke the angels to protect you. If you get these four down, I guarantee you, she would never be able to bother you again. Yeah, you might feel some ups and downs, and yeah, you might be attacked here and there just because you are a light. Darkness don't like the light. That's why they war against you, shorty. Gotta learn how to beat these folks. And the only way to beat these folks is by using the opposite. You don't kill hate with hate. That adds more to it. You kill hate with love. You don't destroy the darkness with more darkness. That just add to it. You kill darkness with love. You ain't using the scriptures on the person. You're using the scriptures on the spirit. Message. You feel me, shawty? Like most Christian pastors, they are demons themselves, so they don't want their congregation learning the full truth. They don't want their people knowing the full truth. You feel me? They would rather you be blind, dumb, and stupid. They don't want you knowing the full truth. None of them do. Because then you won't need them. You'll know how to go straight to God. You feel me? So, I'll wrap this up with a little review. Remember, number 1, learning how to pray properly. 2, learning how to fast properly. Number 3, learning how to use the word in war, spiritual war. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in high places. High places means spiritual. It's talking about the spiritual. Get your weapon together, sis, bro. And the 4th is learning how to call on your angels. They got devils and all this extra stuff. Don't you think you got angels? Message. I will give my angels charge over thee. Message. So, I hope these tips help. Of course, I can go into deeper details about other stuff, the meditations and all that, but really, you can just use those 4 things and get rid of all obstacles in your path. I hope that helps. Ciao.